Hello, my name is Ana Maria Pontes, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about bilingualism. Many parents are always asking teachers and coordinators if their children can be confused when they are in a dual language program and if they are going to have consequences in the Portuguese learning process. Well, first of all, bilingualism does not cause confusion in children. In the beginning of the process, children can mix up some words, some vocabulary, but it means they are learning. The process called switching code means that children can start a sentence in a language and finish the same sentence in another language. So children try to compensate when they can remember a specific word in one language. So they try to compensate and use the word in another language. This is in the beginning of process. It's expected. It's gonna happen, and it means that they are learning, not that they are getting confused. Well, with some time and after the interaction with the classmates and the teachers, children can distinguish the differences between the two languages. They can distinguish the differences of vocabulary and grammar rules, but we need time for this happen. And they have the higher brain plasticity. The higher brain plasticity means that children at a very young age, they can control, they can monitor, they can reorganize the information in their brain in a very fast way. What makes them not to get confused when they are learning, when they are in a dual English program, in a dual language program. So they are not going to get confused in the Portuguese learning process because of this higher brain facility, the higher brain plasticity, I'm sorry, and because they are faster learners. So they are not going to be confused in the language. The other point it's necessary to talk a little bit. It's concerning about the advantages of uh, studying in a dual language program at a very young age. As I have said, very young children have the higher brain plasticity. So it's going to help them to learn fast. They can reorganize the information, they can have connections in their brain, they can control, they can monitor in a best way. In a best way if you compare with old children and adults. They also have an open mind. Very young children learn with interaction. They want to communicate. They have the desire to do it. They have the desire to participate. They are not worried if they are correct or not. They are not worried if they are making mistakes. They have the desire to play, to sing, to imitate the sounds. So it makes them faster learners. This is a very important point to consider. It's a good idea if children at a very young age start in a dual language program. The other point is that they have fewer inhibition. Uh, they are natural. They can communicate in a natural way. And they are going to develop abilities of communication and language benefits if they start earlier. And what are the differences between English language schools and an intensive bilingual program? The first difference is that the English language school, the students have contact with the English language in 2 or 3 times a week. And in a bilingual program, they have contact every day. The second difference is the children will have classes of 1 or 2 hours. And in a bilingual program, the children have half time of English language classes. The last difference is that in a language school, the objective is the communication in specific context. And in the bilingual program, uh, we have two important objectives. The first aim is the academic knowledge and the communication. So we want to develop the four skills: reading, writing, learning, and speaking. But we also want to encourage students to improve their academic knowledge in English. So they're going to study the disciplines in the curriculum in English. It depends on the choice each school make. It can be math and science, or it can be history and geography that are taught in English. And finally, what are the evidences that the children are really learning in a dual language program? So the first evidence is the switching code process. When the children are mixing up words, it means that they are learning, they are thinking in both languages, and they are trying to think in both languages. Oh, this is the first evidence. The other evidence is when the children are using their daily routine at home, words and musics and games that they have learned before. So it means that they are learning, and when they have the desire to um, to make the English tasks, the English homework. It means that they are motivated and enthusiastic with the topics, with the language. It also means they are learning. And when they are playing, they are also trying to imitate the real world. So if they are using some expressions, if they are using some words in English, it means that they are also learning. The important point when you're talking about bilingualism is that we need to open our minds for a different process of learning. Uh, Children nowadays, they have abilities to connect with more than two languages, and they have the technology to help them. They can do many things at the same time, and they have a great ability to organize the knowledge, organize the information that they see in the school and what they see outside the school in their daily routine, in the internet, in the social media. And the bilingual programs want to encourage them to learn more, to take risks, to think in another way, and to learn in another form. So this is where you have to try to open our minds. So these are the topics I would talk to parents when they were a little insecure about a dual language program.